So I'm going to cast on 2 stitches before my start point. There's 1, there's 2, and there's my start point. All the way to the half mark. Make sure I have 3 pucks in my cast on bonnet, and add the ribber. And start picking up the stitches at the start point. So after I get all my rubber needles in place, then I'm going to go around 1 time. When I get to the red mark, I'm going to go 2 rubber needles past with this piece and set my rubber on hold. 2 passes. 1, 2. At the 2 mark, I'm going to set my rubber back to regular knitting and go 1 pass. At this point, I'm going to change it to 3x3 knitting, 3x1 knitting. I just went to a Crank-In in Norman, Oklahoma. There are a lot of people there who complimented me on the cuffs of my socks, and lots of people asked me whose method was I using. I didn't know. I just said it was Kim's method. Now I'm not sure, but I go by the adage that it's not right and it's not wrong, it's just different. So if this is someone else's method and I've not seen it, then sorry, I copied you without knowing. So instead of doing 20 rows of 1x1 and then 60 rows of 1x3, I'm going to do 80 rows of 1 by 3. I'm going to remove the needles for the pre-heel. From the ribber. Now I knit my rows for my pre-heel. Now here's where we get to the not wrong, not right, but different. Gonna park my needles, my ribber needles, and remove my ribber. I know some of you don't take your ribber off, but for me, I like it. Extra 10 minutes unparking and parking my needles saves me a whole sock sometimes. They're all parked, and I can remove the ribber. And I can also look and see if I see any drop stitches in there. And it all looks really good. Flip the park needles back inside so that the thread carrier doesn't get caught on it as I shape the heel. Okay, I'm starting the shaping of the heel, and this is the way I wrap my first stitch on the heel. I actually make a loop around it, and it goes around the front. Sometimes I have to hold it down so it doesn't pop off. Okay, this is the last decrease on the right hand side. And this is the last decrease on the left hand side. At the last left decrease, I'm going to start increasing by putting 1 up and 2 down. You always pull it up on the yarn carrier side. 1 up, yarn carrier side, 2 down. You can tell what you're supposed to be doing by number 1, the yarn carrier side. Number 2, if you get stuck in the middle, you always see the wrap coming for the 1 up. So you know the other 2 have to be down. And the other 2 are not buried in your stitch, they're flapping in the wind here. So you can always tell where you're at. When I mentioned this at the crank-in, I got a lot of groaning from a lot of people who said, "Oh, that's too confusing." But actually, it makes a really nice heel, and it's not, if you think about it, it's not confusing. One up, it's wrapping the needle. 2 down, the flaps are on the outside. Not right, not wrong, just different. One up, 2 down. One up, 2 down, and at this point I put 1 up and let it wrap, push it down so it wraps around the outside of the needle, and this is a suicide wrap, and all the rest go down, and we add the ribbon back. Put your needles in park to add the ribbon. I don't know. Make sure that all the flaps are down. You know what happens when the flaps are up? The stitches fall off. Oh, I have one more needle. Okay, and now I will knit the foot. Just checking to make sure all the stitches are on there and nothing fell off. Okay. Before I shape the toe, I'm going to change all the rubber needles to out to all needles in work on the regular cam. And knit one row. Not right, not wrong, just different. Check to make sure all my stitches knit and I don't have to repair anything before I go on. It's perfect. Now, here we go. Not right, not wrong, just different. A lot of people talk to me about wings on their toe shaping and what you should do to not do it. I checked my toes. They didn't appear to have wings the way I did it. I asked someone what they thought of my toes. They said, nope, doesn't look like there's wings on your toes. So this is the way I do it. Not wrong, not wrong, just different. Put the first needle and hold and don't wrap it, it wraps itself. No wrapping on the other half of your knitting. And hold, no wrapping on the other side of your knitting. And shape per usual. last decrease. Now we go to 1 up and 2 down. 1 up always goes up on the yarn carrier side. Make sure your latches are open on the 2 down. 1 up on the yarn carriers down side, 2 down. One up, 2 down. Where I get in trouble is sometimes the latch will flip back up on me and that's when I'm confident and I'm not paying that much attention and I drop the stitch. There. It pays to go slow and watch it. Okay, we're at the end. We're going 1 up, 2 down. We're at the red mark. You're going to go 1 up and down so it wraps around in a suicide wrap, and 1 down so it doesn't cross the half line. And we're done. Every toe stitch to Kitchenaire only has 1 stitch on it. And this is where I dropped them all off the other day. Start at the red dot. Make sure all of the latches are open. Otherwise, there could be